Hello and welcome to this module. So we are going to learn about one of the most important skills that will take you from being just a virtual assistant to becoming a high value in demand professional. So we'll be talking about CRM, and I want you to get this. Businesses don't need help with tasks alone. They also need help managing their customers, and that is how you'll come in as a virtual assistant. So to begin, CRM simply stands for Customer Relationship Management. It is a system that is used to manage customer information, to track customer interactions, to organize communication, to improve relationships as well. So I want you to think of CRM as the brain of a business when it comes to customers. Why am I calling it a brain? It's a brain of a business to its customers because it stores every information about a customer, their names, their emails, their conversations, their phone numbers, their purchases, their follow-ups. So instead of going to your emails, to your WhatsApps, or your spreadsheets, with CRM, you get everything in one place. And this is what makes businesses more organized, efficient, and professional. Hey guys, so let me take you through the HubSpot CRM. So go to your browser and type HubSpot. Then do you see this link here? HubSpot.com. Click on that link and it's going to lead you directly into the company's website. So this is what you would see. So if you don't have an account, you quickly come to get started for free and then you create an account. The signing in process is very simple. You just need to confirm your details, either log in with Google or email. So what I wanted to mention about setting up a new account, most people tend to stop at where you're asked for a company website. So most beginners feel like if I don't have a website, I cannot proceed. It's a lie. If you don't have a website, don't worry about it. You can use this website, testwebsite.org. It works perfectly and you'll successfully log into your account. So once you log into your HubSpot CRM, this is the dashboard that you will see. Now, don't panic when you see all this menu. As a beginner, you only need to focus on a few key sections first. So on the left side, you'll see menus like CRM, we have marketing, we have content, we have sales, we have commerce, we have service, we have data management, we have automation, we have reporting. So today we are mainly going to focus on, and again on CRM, you have more menus. You can see under CRM, you have contacts, company, deals, tickets, orders. So don't be overwhelmed with all these menus. As a beginner for today, we are going to focus only on contacts because these are the sections that virtual assistants use a lot when managing customer informations. Now, let's click on contacts. So do you see this? When you click on contacts, this is the dashboard that you would see. And before we continue, I wanted to clarify that all the information that you're seeing here, these are just demos. These are not real information. So please, YouTube, get this. I'm not exposing anybody's details. These are just demos that we have created for the purpose of this class. Now, contacts is where businesses store information. Think of this section as a digital customer database. Inside each customer profile, businesses store customer names, emails, phone numbers. So if I was to click on this customer here, John, do you see this? I can also see that businesses are able to store communication history, activities. Do you see these notes, activities, emails, calls, tasks, meetings? Now, let me show you how to create a customer profile because this is something that you always be asked as a virtual assistant or an employee. So I'm going to go back to home and then I will come to CRM under contacts. And then I'm going to come here and click this, follow my mouse, add contacts, and then I'm going to create a new contact. For this, let me assume that the customer who has called is called John. So I'm going to assume that their email is, these are demos again, these are not real, johnmiller@gmail.com. Let me just add, we assume this is not real. So while I'm with John on the line, I'm going to inquire about this information. This is what happens. Have you ever called a company or a business and then, someone will ask you to hold a little bit on the line and then they'll be like, can I kindly get your email? Can I kindly get your last name? Is this the phone number that you use as a primary contact? So what they're basically doing is adding every information that they're getting from you into a CRM. So while I'm with John on the line, I'm going to ask, okay, John, what is your last name, and then there'll be like my last name is Miller, something like that. So I want to ensure that I've gotten John's first name, last name, email, and maybe a phone number. Let's see, that has been validated. I'm going to apply, and I'm going to save this as a new lead, and then maybe this is a new, then this is just going to leave this as not applicable for now, and then I will click create. So once I go back to the dashboard, under the contacts details, let's see, contacts. Can you see this, guys? Now the customer profile has been created successfully. So this becomes the place where all future customer interactions will be stored. Do you see this? We have John, their names, their email, their phone number. Do you see this? So once I open John's database, do you see this? So this is the CRM database. So this is John's profile. This is where all future interactions with John will be stored. Now, let's use a real business example. Let's imagine that John has ordered 2 shirts and 1 pair of sneakers. But when the order arrived, 1 shirt was the wrong size and the other sneakers were missing. So John is calling the customer support. Now, this is where the CRM becomes extremely useful. Businesses need to track the issue professionally. So inside the CRM profile, you'll notice options like notes, email, call, task, meetings, and more. Now, let's talk about notes. Notes are used to store important customer details. So instead of asking the customer to repeat the issue again tomorrow, another team member can simply read the notes. So Valerie is on the line today with John. John might call again tomorrow, but Valerie will not pick the line. Let's assume maybe Eunice will pick the line. So Eunice can simply come to John's database and she can be able to read the notes and avoid asking John the same questions that Valerie asked yesterday. I hope that makes sense. So because we are with John today on the line, how are we going to add notes? So I'm going to come here to notes. Do you see this? I have this pop-up box. Let me expand. So I'm going to type something like customer. Do you see this? I'm going to type something like customer called frustrated about missing sneakers. Customer confirmed order details, and customer needs a replacement urgently for an upcoming event this week. So I'm going to do that, and then I will click create. So do you see this, guys? This has been saved. So if Eunice comes tomorrow and opens John's database, do you see this? They can clearly see the notes here and be able to read notes. You can see this note was created by Valerie. If they open, do you see this? They can be able to see the customer complain, frustrated about missing sneakers and all that. And Eunice can also add more notes or a comment, depending with the interaction that she has with John on that particular day. Now let's look at emails. Inside HubSpot CRM, businesses can send customer emails directly from the CRM system. So you don't need to go log into your Gmail or Microsoft Office to send an email. You can send an email directly from the CRM system. So let's see how we can be able to send John an email. So we are going to come to email. Again, you're going to open this. I'm going to expand this so that you can see. Now we can type a professional follow-up email. So do you see this? I already have John's email here. So I'm going to type a subject. So this subject can be something like updates. So do you see this? I already have my subject here. And you see, this is just like any other normal email. You can CC, you can BCC. If you want to have this as bold, you can do that. So just the way you send any normal email. So let me type the email. So I have pasted the email here. So do you see this? Hi, John. Thank you for contacting us today. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience caused by the missing sneakers and incorrect shirt size on your recent order. Our team has already initiated a replacement for the incorrect size, a shipment investigation for the missing sneakers. We will update you within 24 hours with tracking details. So thank you for your patience and continued support. Best regards, customer support team, something like that. If I have any links I can insert here, I can insert any image. Maybe I want to insert the company's logo. I can do that here. So the way we do with Gmail and any other email. So once I'm done with that, do you see this email tracking? I can proceed and send. If I want to schedule, again, I can schedule it for later. So let me click send. Now let's move to one of the most important sections for virtual assistants, which is tasks. Now, tasks simply help businesses to track follow-ups and ensure that nothing is forgotten. For example, after speaking with John, we may need to maybe create a follow-up for tomorrow, confirm the shipment, or call the customer again. So instead of relying on our memory, we are going to create a task inside the CRM. So we are going to click task. So we need a task title. So you're going to enter the task title here, and the title could be, so that is the task title, follow up with John about replacement shipment. The next thing that we need to create is a due date. So do you see this? We have options here. If it's not listed, you can customize the date. So for us, we need to follow up with John tomorrow. So I'll just pick tomorrow and ensure that the time is set. So maybe I need to do this at 10 a.m. If I need to set a reminder for this, I can set the reminder before the time, maybe 30 minutes before, 1 hour before, at the exact due time, or I can leave it as no reminder. So let me do 30 minutes before. 30 minutes before. So the next important thing that we need to do is assign. So who do we assign this task to? So you come to this. I can assign to myself, or I can add. If I'm working within with different teams, I'll be able to see this here. So maybe for this particular task, maybe I want to assign this to the customer support agent or myself. And then the next thing that we need is notes. So I can write a brief note. What exactly do I want them to do? So confirm shipment tracking details, and customer satisfaction. So once all that is done, I'm going to click create. So do you see this? I have my notes here. I have my email here. I have my call. So let me assume I'm done with the call. So I can come here and log a call. So logging a call, I want to insert the details of the call. So this was, I contacted John, and maybe you want to set a call outcome. So this was connected successfully, or maybe I left a voicemail. I left a live message. Maybe I called John and he was busy. This was connected. Again, you can see you can add call direction if it was inbound or outbound. Again, the activity date, you can set it there. I want to log a call, something like this was the subject. I can put the subject in bold. I can do the call notes in bold. Do you see that? And then I log a call. So do you see how this information is stored? I have my notes, I have my emails, I have the call log here, and then now I have my tasks. Now let's quickly talk about priorities. Inside CRM systems, tasks can also be labeled according to priority. So maybe low, medium, or high. Why? Because this will help teams to know which issues need urgent attention. So in our case, I can come here to this task, and because the customer has called and is complaining, I can come here and mark this as high. Do you see this? So once the team that I have assigned these two checks, they'll be able to see her. This is a very urgent task. So they'll be able to put more attention to this particular task. If it's not urgent, I can mark it as medium or low. So that is how you also mark tasks according to priority. Now let's look at another very important feature inside HubSpot CRM, which is meetings. This is a feature that virtual assistants and executive assistants use a lot when coordinating communication between businesses and customers. So inside the customer profile, we can click meetings here, and then you can see that you can be able to schedule meetings. So CRM helps the businesses to schedule the meetings. You can be able to track appointments, you can organize consultations, and you can also manage follow-ups professionally. So let's create a sample. So first we need to schedule the meetings with John. Do you see this? You connect to your calendar and then you follow the normal process of scheduling a meeting. So once you connect this to the calendar, you'll be able to automatically schedule the meeting the same way we connected to the Gmail and we were able to send an email from the CRM. So here you're basically scheduling the meeting inside the CRM. You're not logging anywhere else. And then once the meeting is done, you can come and log the meeting's details here. So I have a sample. Do you see this? You can have something like the meeting title. Make sure you have the title. So this was following up with John. This was the date. This was duration. Who are the attendees? You can see this was between John and the customer support team, the meeting description. So we are discussing the replacement shipment update and customer satisfaction. So once you're done, again, log the meeting. So do you see how CRM works, guys? Let me assume I go back to home, and then I will go to CRM under contacts. So let's assume this is Eunice and John calls another day. So if I open John Miller's database, this is what I will see. You see the activities. I will be able to see all activities. A task was assigned, a meeting was logged, a call was logged, an email was sent, there were notes. Do you see all activities that happened to John's database are stored here? So if I want to check the notes, I can see the notes. John called and was frustrated about missing sneakers. Was an email sent? Yes, the email was sent about the update. So John was updated. Was a call done? Yes. And how did it go? Was the call connected? Was the line busy? Did we leave a voicemail? Something like that. I can check all that here. Was there any task that was assigned? Yes. Uh, the team that also works on these tasks, once they're done, they're going to leave a comment here. Was any meeting scheduled? Yes. How did the meeting go? I can quickly come to the log session and see the details of the meeting. So again, we can come here and update the outcome. Maybe we were not able to reach John and we rescheduled the meeting. Maybe this was cancelled. Do you see this? Any attendees, the duration of the meeting time, and even locate the time zone, all of that information. So basically, this is how HubSpot CRM works. And I believe with this, you can confidently say that you have skills and experience about CRM. And that brings us to the end of today's HubSpot CRM tutorial. I hope this lesson helped you to understand how CRM systems work practically inside businesses. Remember this is just the beginner foundation. And if you truly want to master CRM systems as a virtual assistant, a customer support specialist, or operations professional, we have a full advanced CRM course that is designed to take you deeper into practical CRM skills. So inside our course, you will learn the importance of every major CRM icon and the feature. And the best part of our course is it's not just about theory. You'll get practical exercise, you get real examples, assignments, and systems for you to try out so that you can build real confidence and hands-on experience. This course is designed to help you move from beginner level to a professional CRM support skills. So the exciting part is this. Once you complete our course, you will receive a certificate. And with this certificate, you can add it to your CV, to your LinkedIn profile, to your portfolio, or you can also use it when applying for jobs. So if you're serious about building high-income virtual assistant and operation skills, make sure that you check out our full course. That is it for today, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.